Dave Hodgson. Daybreak.
Delighted to welcome onto the phone Stacey Bird, Creative Director of the advert. Good morning, Stacey. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great, thank you.
Great to have you on.
For having me on.
Oh, it's lovely to have you on. It really is. I'm a massive fan of that advert, so it's just awesome stuff. And this interview came about, Stacey, because I'm a bit of a Christmas freak. I love my Christmas stuff. And I always look forward to the different adverts coming out, of course, whether it be Tesco's or John Lewis or whoever it may be. And they all seem to have a great go at it. The Waitrose one was the one that really grabbed my attention, and I just loved it because I love Notting Hill, the movie. I love those kind of rom-coms, that era. And so when I saw it, I just thought, what a great advert. What a great advert. So I mentioned it on the radio, and I was raving about it. And two of my listeners, one Karen Danzig, a good friend of mine, and Julie, know you, and both of them messaged me saying, look, we know Stacey is part of the team. Would you like to chat with us? I said, would I? So Stacey Bird, tell us a little bit about yourself. Who are you? Where you're from? And what do you do?
Oh, thank you. I'm really pleased that you love the ad so much, by the way. It's really, really lovely to hear. So I live and work in London as a creative director and advertising agency with a creative partner called Jack. And yes, Jules is my auntie-in-law, I suppose.
Yeah.
She's my husband's auntie. And so she hooked me up with you.
Yeah, fabulous.
I've been working in the industry as an advertising creative for like 12 years now. So, yeah. So, the big one for me.
What does a creative director do? We'll talk a bit more about the Waitrose advert in particular in a moment, but generally, what do you do?
Well, my role is kind of to see the ad all the way through. So I work with the client, we set the brief, I guide the creatives. We decide on the script, we decide on which idea we're going with, and then we help with bringing it all to life, choosing a director. We work alongside our creatives to do that, and then and we sort of add any creative flourishes or things that we can do to give it a bit more craft or make it feel more a certain way or feel another way. So we're kind of like a guardians of the creative, and then working with the client as well.
Yeah. So how does it work? Do Waitrose come to you? Are you on like a contract with them, or do you go and pitch to them? Or do you go and pitch to Tesco's or John Lewis, whoever it may be? How does that work? Yeah,
so basically we are their agency. However, we've done a few bits of work with them. They have worked with other agencies in the past as well. So this is our first big Christmas ad with them, and actually the first big Christmas ad that our agency's done. So it was a really exciting one. Yeah, I feel like we've smashed it, so that's quite good.
Yeah.
But yeah, we work with them. We work with lots of different clients as well. It's not just Waitrose, but they're kind of the one that I've been working closely with this year. They're a great client, I have to say. They're really great.
So I'm a pastor of a church. That's my other job, as well as a radio presenter. And every Christmas, I love Christmas, as I just said to you, but every Christmas I'm thinking, how do we do a church service? And how do I do a message that's not just the same old, you know? So how do I kind of not reinvent it, but how do I kind of freshen it up a little bit and look at it from a different angle? And there's so much material, obviously, there in the Bible, but it must be the same for you guys when it comes to advertising at Christmas, because there are, and I'm going to be a little bit critical, there are just some kind of adverts that just go kind of a almost generic Christmas dinner type thing, and and how do you think outside the box? Is that your job to come up with the idea? Will that be somebody else on the team?
So we work with strategists and data strategists as well, who will look at kind of the environment that we're advertising into, I suppose is the way to say it. So they were one of the things from Waitrose this year is that they really looked at the fact that actually things are a little bit miserable in the world right now, and people are looking for comfort, and they're looking for warm feelings and feeling really positive, or something that's just going to make them feel better at Christmas. And I think we landed on doing a rom-com very early on because of that data and because of that information. So we kind of take inspiration from the world around us and the sort of state of everything, and then base ideas off of that, and then So, yeah, we knew we wanted to do a rom-com. We knew it was going to be, you know, Brits absolutely love rom-coms.
Yes.
It's like one of the sort of things we can all agree on, you know, like Richard Curtis, like Bridget Jones. We love them all. So we knew that was going to be a kind of giving the people what they want a little bit this year when it's been like a really tough year for lots of people. So we just wanted to really entertain everybody and give them something that they're going to really love to watch and not feel like just another advert being sort of shoved down their throats. So,
how you might not know the answer to this, it might not be your remit, but how much do companies tend to spend percentage-wise on a Christmas advert up against the rest of the year?
To be honest with you, I wouldn't really know that. I'm not in the numbers game. But it is an investment for them. But you know, it generally is like a really important time for you to show up, especially for supermarkets.
And there is something unique. I'm not sure whether it's so big in America. Certainly here in Spain, we don't tend to see these kind of big production adverts. You know, they will do some Christmas offers and so on, or Black Friday stuff coming up and all that sort of stuff. But is this kind of a British phenomena, for want of a better term, for a better word even, that's the amount of money spent on it and the production quality and so on?
It is a time where brands will show up, and it is a bit of a phenomenon that people, you know, the British public will wait for the Christmas ads to come out, as much as, you know, people sort of love and loathe it at the same time, but it does kind of like signify the Christmas period for a lot of people. And it is quite a competitive industry in that sense, especially around Christmas. It's kind of like the same in America with the Super Bowl, like they have ads on the Super Bowl, and I guess Christmas is our Super Bowl for Adland.
I was just hearing on the BBC this morning about AI taking over commercials and advertising, and not so much money in like traditional advertising. So when something like this comes along, I'm amazed by it's not just obviously going to be on ITV, Channel 4, whoever may be carrying it on the TV, terrestrial TV channels, but it's how big a hit is it online as well now, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of where you feel the impact the most, actually, because everybody's talking about it online. And, you know, that we had this amazing slot on ITV that played on, I think, all of their channels at 8 p.m. I can't remember what day it was now. But so actually, as far as on TV, we have a presence there, but a lot of our views have come from online, and it is a massively important place to sort of, that's why, you know, going viral is still kind of a thing, even though it feels like it's been a thing for a long time. It is important around Christmas time, and that's how you get people to see it and share it and express how they feel about it. I guess the same as how you're talking to me today about it, because you would loved it. So it's sort of that's you know what we want.
Well, you wouldn't believe it. I'm watching. We always have Sky News on in the studio, and the Waitrose advert's on right now. Sky
really?
News, it's on there now.
It's everywhere.
Yeah, it is. And for me, it is the best one this year by a country mile. It really is. And you know, how do you go about casting this as well? Because obviously you've got to see if you want to get some big stars, which you guys have got this year. You probably have to really start early in booking them, do you?
Yeah, so we actually start, and this is true for most brands, especially supermarkets, we actually start in like March. So we're already actually talking about next year's now, which is quite...
I am available, by the way, if you just...
I'll get you in. I'll
me and you
great
can do
voice. So we start working on it in kind of March and brief it in March. So we're sort of thinking about what we might do now. But... as far as the casting process, so when we had the idea, so the creators came to us and they wanted to do a rom-com with a kind of ordinary guy and a superstar, basically. And we were thinking about who this could be, and then Joe came to our mind because Joe was in last year's Waitrose ad as well, so it was like quite an interesting connection.
Did you know he was going to be in Traitors?
No, we didn't.
See, that was what
I know.
That came about, didn't it? Yeah, that came about.
It was incredibly fortunate that he was in Traitors as well, and thankfully didn't do anything too crazy. So he was any kind of a loved member of Traitors, so that was really lucky.
You must have been on tenterhooks watching that, thinking, "Don't say anything wrong. Do not say anything politically incorrect. Don't do anything wrong.
Cancelled."
Don't get cancelled. No, well, we're all cancelled. Yeah.
Exactly. And then, so we kind of knew we wanted Joe, and then Kira was like, do we go British, do we go American? We decided to go British, and really there was no one else. Like, she's just so perfect for casting. Yeah. She's so, oh my God, she's just incredible. Yeah. And she just has this look on screen where the pair of them together, seeing those two faces together, Joe Wilkinson and Kira, was just so instantly funny as well. So that was kind of, we locked in on our casting, and then it's just a long process of kind of getting them over the line with it, and, them sort of getting in contact, and it's a bit of a cross your fingers and hope for the best sort of situation. And thankfully it pulled off, and it worked really well for us. We were absolutely thrilled with the pair of them.
So they do have this chemistry, and again, you wouldn't really, you can try and work that out, can't you? You can try and say, I reckon they worked well on screen together, but it's not until it's actually filmed and it's there that you realise that the chemistry is there, and that's something you can't manufacture.
Yeah, it was a sort of, up until we started shooting, we were like, gosh, this is actually going to work. Are they going to feel like a real pair? But it was just, as soon as because the first thing, we actually shot the whole thing sort of in sequence, which is quite unusual. So we actually shot the supermarket scene first on the first day with her. And as soon as she walked in and they started talking to each other and we saw them on screen, we were like, this is going to work. Yeah. And it was just a dream shoot after that. And our director, Molly Manners, she directed One Day. That was a big hit on Netflix. And she's done lots of things.
I love that. Yeah, well. I love that.
Yeah, she's absolutely brilliant, and she's obsessed with rom-coms. So I think her kind of working with the cast, and then the cast just really getting along together and being really nice people as well, just meant that it all really worked. And it was amazing watching her shoot it. We were all just like curled over at the screens, like tense, like so excited to see, it all play out. It was amazing.
I always remember hearing Nat King Cole talk about he recorded the Christmas song, Chestnuts Roasting on Open Fire, in Capitol Records in Los Angeles in July with the air conditioning blasting on. And when was this actually filmed?
So this was actually filmed in September.
Oh, so you're getting towards Christmas a little bit. So
it's not too bad. Yeah, it was like the first week of September. So we were things were getting a bit chillier, but there was a couple of very hot days on the shoot where, the poor cast were in like woolly Christmas jumpers and tinsel.
I just love the whole thing. I love Notting Hill. It kind of like echoes of Notting Hill with Julia Roberts in there as well, and just so many rom-coms kind of show up in this, and it's really great. And what does it feel like when you've got the finished article and that moment when it's going to go out for the first time? Were you very nervous?
Yes, definitely. I think you're nervous because you're also nervous around what other supermarkets are doing as well. I know it sounds really ridiculous, but you kind of don't know what other supermarkets are going to come out with. So it is a bit of a like, oh, what are they going to do? What's Tesco's going to do? What's Sainsbury's going to do? And we were just so excited to get this out because I think, when we were in our edits and we were in our sound mixes, we were like, gosh, this is making us feel something and making us feel, there was a moment where we put that track on the end with the kiss and like we were all in tears in the sound suite. So we knew we had something that hopefully would make people feel something, especially at this time of the year. So we were really excited to get it out.
Does your agency only do one major Christmas advert and other agencies would be doing an advert each? How does that work?
Yeah, so it sort of depends on the size of the agencies. Because it does tend to be supermarkets that do Christmas ads, and John Lewis as well. It depends on the agency, really. There might be an agency that does a couple of bigger ones, but generally, because you can't have more than one supermarket, not to get into the technicalities of it, it generally is one agency would have like a big supermarket advert,
You mentioned John Lewis then. Of course, that's the one that kind of, over the years, has been the one that people talk about the most. I think that's stolen the crown this year. What do you reckon?
Oh, well, I may be a bit biased, but I think it has.
I love all Christmas adverts. I do. Well, not all of them, but some of them, as I say, quite generic. But this one really does just bring that warm feeling, and that's why I was talking about it on the radio, because it just kind of affected you. Now, what about the song "James, She's a Star"? That's a great choice as well. Not a Christmas song, obviously, but how does that get chosen?
Yeah, so we actually use like companies to find, but basically our editor and director will put a track on and then we'll sort of see if that works and then we'll try, a few others. And that one came through from a sound company and we were like, oh, this is perfect because it's 90s, so it's got that kind of rom-com feel to it. The lyrics work really well to the sort of, imbalance in their relationship, and we just absolutely, I really have such a soft spot for that song. I love it so much. So
it's my era. It's my era.
Yeah, it's such a tune. And then when we had that with the combination of the orchestral version that's on the end, it was just like, this is perfect. It was just the perfect track. So yeah, we were thrilled that James would allow us to have it on as well, because it's also, it's a bit like casting in a way, where you have to, go through that process of can you use the song, and so that worked out really well. We love it.
You like you said that you're the go-between between Waitrose and the actual agency, so and the team. Are Waitrose like very much a part of it throughout the whole process? Do they get like a final copy? And this is, what do you reckon, guys? Do you like it or not? Or are they part of that kind of process?
Oh, it's very much teamwork. Yeah, it's they work with us, we work with them. They're on the shoot. Because they're the experts in Waitrose at the end of the day, and we're the experts in advertising and creative. So it's kind of a real coming together and trusting of each other to get to the best solution, best ad. So it's a real team effort.
Do you think that Christmas adverts, you kind of mentioned this to me off air a while ago, they're the pinnacle of the advertising world, obviously, but we've seen that TV commercials are not where they used to be years ago. I mean, I go back to the Bisto family adverts and all the Oxford adverts and all that, back in the 80s, and Mash Get Smashed and all those great adverts that you kind of remember as a kid. And yet we're not watching TV in the same way anymore. So is this kind of like the last bastion of TV commercials? How do you feel about that?
Yeah, it's a very changing world. The sort of like shape of advertising and online and social is more important than it's ever been. And it's so important to have like a presence there that feels really exciting and creative as well. But I think TV ads, I think they'll always have a place because, even if you watch, Sky now, you still have ads even if you're paying for a subscription. You know what I mean? There'll always be a TV presence. And I think having craft and having a beautiful TV ad just does so much for a brand, and it has to be supported by those other things as well. It has to be, like a world that we create now. I mean, with the campaign that we've done, it's so much more than just the TV ad, because it's also the behind the scenes that we've released and all of the bloopers, and then we've done like a Pimax. We've turned the IMAX, which is a big cinema in London, into a big pie.
Fabulous.
And we've got bus sides and everything, so it's sort of like it's a big sort of world, and everything has to work together. But I would say that Christmas advertising is the one where TV sort of is at its absolute peak. But I do think TV is still important at the moment. I mean, what AI will do.
There's not many adverts where you show your friends. So if you're going to go on YouTube and watch the Perfect Gift Waitrose advert 2025, which is what I've got lined up here, you're choosing to go on YouTube and watch an advert, which I don't think many people do. And I actually showed my wife. I said to Naomi, I said, look at this advert, you'll enjoy this. And then I showed it to my friend Marion. And I suppose that when you've got a hit is when people are starting to do that. Or it's been shared on TikTok in a way, and it's kind of gaining more and more traction.
Yeah, that's the dream. That's the dream, really, is to have something that people, and again, it all comes back to entertainment and entertaining people. And I think if you create something that actually entertains people and they want to share it with people and show it to people, that's the absolute money shot kind of thing. That's the one that you all want, because it's like giving a gift to people. Excuse the pun of the perfect gift, but it's giving a gift to people that they actually want to share with other people. And
fabulous. Well, I could be talking to you all day about this, Stacey, but we're going to have to finish at some point. We're going to play James, She's a Star, to go out the interview with. And, just wishing you the perfect gift this year. Merry Christmas. If anybody wants to look at the advert, go on YouTube on Waitrose and Partners channel there as well. You can watch it. And it's got lots of people, loads and loads of views. I can't actually see it at the moment, but loads. Thank you, Stacey. Thank you for coming on. Really appreciate it. And keep in touch and let me know what you're working cracking on for next Christmas, and we'll try and get you back next year as well. Fabulous.
I will do. Thank you so much.
Have a great Christmas.
Yeah,
bless you.
Too.
Take
Merry
care.
Christmas.
Here we
Bye.
go. Thank you. This is Stacey Bird, creative director of the Waitrose Christmas adverts.